that because there everything is happening online, the documents, say, even if your Aadhaar card, you might have seen, if your Aadhaar card would get leaked and it's there in the public, anybody can get a SIM card on your name. Right? They can get some property also. They can do anything. So, uh, any of your documents which is very personal to you and which can be misused, it is being exchanged. For example, if you are asking someone to draft a contract, rent agreement for you, that lawyer, so you have to send him details. So, for those also, it is very important that they do follow the ethics. They, whatever, for example, they are using this Gtalk or maybe Zoom or whatever platform they are using, they have to see that it's not being pierced through. So people, so whosoever is in contact with them, or emails, right? So also it is to be seen that uh, which is very important and which we tell to the public. But now the lawyers are also very conscious of this fact that sometimes what happens is that there may be someone who wants to know some information about your client. So they would send some kind of link on your mobile phones also, or maybe they would send link on your email. Because once they would, because it's very easy to hack once you click on the link. So therefore, it's advised, and now with this new technology coming in, and most of the lawyers, the senior lawyers who were not that much into the digital world, but now are, the training courses are also going on. So they're advised that to avoid clicking on any kind of link, and which is good for which I mean, you should also see that you should not, until unless you are completely confirmed about any of the messages that had to come where you have to click a link. Do not click on the link, because clicking on the link will it can your phone or your laptops can get hacked. So and it is happening. There are a number of people who want to have information about your clients. Maybe they would do this. Now, to your client also, you have to inform them, that whenever any document or any information you are giving to them, they should see that, there are wallets also, online wallets, wherein they would put those documents and everything, that they also do not go to these cheap services. They should also see that, if it can be some good wallet service where the document cannot be accessed by someone you do not want that person to access. Right. Now, we have gone through this, that whatever uh, platform you want, the information, it should be encrypted. That's what I told you. Not to click on any of the links. You need to have cloud service from someone, that is trustworthy, because you cannot play with your career or even with your client's life. I also told you that maintaining a decorum, that is very important. Even while you are having meeting with your client, it's very important that you should have that professional look, and you should not happen that you are communicating from somewhere you should not, because now everybody can record you. So it's very important that you should do that. Acha, a very important thing. See, now I told you that in Delhi we have most of the documents online. E-filing is happening. Okay. So whatever a client has given to us, maybe even he has given us in the hard copy. He is not maintaining any online or online the documents or the data in the online format. But when we take that, now we have to file it online, or we have to access. Now most of lawyers, you might have seen, they're all on their iPads, digital everything doing. So what happens is that we scan everything, every document, every data, whatever we have, it is all scanned. Okay. Now we have to make sure that uh, those data files, the digital files that we have, they should not be mismanaged. You should put, you should organize them in a manner that you do not lose them, because you don't know where I have saved them, with what name I had saved them. That's very difficult. Okay, so that is mismanagement, and also you should know which folder it is in,
Ani?
which system it is in. Okay. Now, for example, if tomorrow I will go for a physical lecture to some college or to some organization. Okay. Now I'm connecting my laptop or my iPad to their screens where they can, have access of PowerPoint presentation or something like that. So I have to make sure that when I am logging into their system or they are logging into my system, I have to make sure that, everything, every information that I had given for logging into whatever, uh, that is deleted. Because it should not happen that any trace of my access remains on their systems and then they can access my system and information goes out. That would be harmful for me as well as for the client. So uh, it is very important that I should know that which system of my office is sensitive, which system I am securing all the data of or the digital files of my client, and what is the name of the file, and what is the name of that particular document. So everything, it is to be, there has to be, it has to be organized, and it should be within my knowledge, the lawyer's knowledge. And also the people who are handling it, you need to see that they are not careless. So careless handling of data, it is very damaging, because if confidentiality is breached, then it's gone case. The client is with you. I told you that, for example, in my own office, I will tell you, there are cameras everywhere, but camera is not in my chamber or my partner's chamber, or the place where the client is going to put his heart out, because otherwise then the client is not going to say anything, right? So this is the professional ethics. When I started having these cameras, when I said that I have to put cameras in my office, the ethical part that I played was that I specifically instructed the man that no cameras in the chamber where the client is going to have a one-on-one discussion with me. This is the ethics, right? So similarly, when you are putting his files, your client's files, his documents, in a digital format in your office, you should know which system and you should know who is accessing it. It should not be that everybody is getting access to it, everybody is accessing it, right? So because ultimately what happens that if it is not for everyone, for example, there is a person in my office who is here for 2 days, 5 days, say there is an intern, okay, and the intern gets access to something which he should not. So that is my fault then ultimately, because it is me who should have seen, or my estates who was assigned that particular task, not to leak the information and to see that the confidentiality remains. So it is ultimately my fault and it is going to hamper my client. So, in an office, so many people are there. So therefore, it's an ethical consideration that you should see that whatever information you are saving of your client, you keep it in an organized manner, and you ask the people to handle it who are not careless, right? Now, at the same time, then we will go to this, like the Google documents you have. Then you have this blockchain technology also. Blockchain technology, I don't know if you're aware of it, but it is like Google document only. But herein, it is not that whosoever has access can modify it. Like in Google document also, you give access to some people. But this can be looked into by number of people. It is not like Google Doc, wherein, you will only specific people, but blockchain documents like crypto and everything, you will read about it. So it is something more than the Google Doc. Only thing is that you cannot modify it. Now, I will give you an example. Like, for example, there are certain documents, or say there is a balance sheet of my client, or say there is some kind of information which has been put in the blockchain document by my client, and I will get access to it from anywhere because I have to look into the document. So he is filling up information every day into that. For example, he is filling up that how much money he is paying to his employees, or how much money he is getting from his businesses. Maybe there is some kind of a case which I am handling where I have to keep a tab on that. Now he has given me access, and I'm looking into that. Now, it should, I have to, ethically, I have to see that somebody else should not get access to that blockchain. And it's very easy for anyone. If they just get the link, they can, multiple devices, on the multiple devices, people can look into it. So therefore, anything where you see that, the information can get leaked and the confidentiality can get affected, you have to see that you put steps which would protect the confidentiality. And for that, it is the cloud services or the associates you have in your office or the devices that you are using, everything. And like, I will give you one example. For example, we saw that this Saif Ali Khan, he was stabbed, right? So normally people would think that such a huge star, and he has been having a great family also, from a Nawab family he was, and how come there was a breach of security and he was stabbed? Okay, then common people like us, anybody can come and stab. Now, similarly, so what was lacking therein? It is auditing of the security. That you have to keep a tab that what kind of security you have, whether everybody in your security is doing what they have to do. Similarly, there is cyber security auditing also. So you have to check your devices, you have to check your cloud services, whatever services you have taken, all the platforms, and see that if any of them is breached, if any one of them is of these is tampered with. So auditing jo hai, that is very important. Every now and then you should keep on doing that, because ultimately it's the client who's going to suffer, and then your career is going to suffer. So auditing of your digital whatever devices you are using or platforms you are using, that's very important. Now, I think if you have any kind of question, before that, I will also tell you something, right, social media. Now, you might have seen that, in India, understand this, ethics is something which I told you, that ethics is something that is within you, and you have to see that you're following your profession ethically. Now, with social media, you might have seen, as in India, the advertisement by the lawyers, that is banned. You can't advertise, promote yourself. Now, what happens is, because see, the reason behind that is, if there is a person who has too much of money, right? So he is going to have a best of the advertisements, and and lure people, right? And then there is a person who does not have that kind of money. It's like products only, a company, a product which is very, the owner is someone who is going to can invest a huge amount of money in campaigning and all. So same is not with other products, which products maybe their bosses cannot put too much of investment in the ads. Similarly, a lawyer, maybe there is a lawyer who's very good, but he does not have that kind of money at a stage, when he can actually promote himself, like in the Western countries. I don't know, there is a debate about this, that whether we should allow in India advertisement or not, but let's not go into that. But ethically, currently today, it is that you are not allowed, and you should not. Now, on the social media, we are there. Like, for example, this event I am doing herein. So it was put there on the website. It was put there on the social media. It was put on all the handles of mine as well as of the legal elevate. So my face is there. Okay, and it's open that I am a lawyer. Possibly, maybe somebody would say, okay, fine, so she's speaking on this topic. Maybe, she's aware of AI, and, she's aware of intellectual property laws, possibly anything. And maybe they will approach me, because it's kind of a promotion also. Okay, this is a known lawyer, and, they have got her and all that. So now everybody is doing this. Now, to what extent it is correct and what extent it is not, that is another question. But right now, what I'm telling you is that and you might have seen this also, there are so many people who every day are putting there on the LinkedIn or on the Instagram that this is the judgment that I got today in favor of my client. Okay, and I was praised for this, that, and all those things. Nothing wrong in that. I'm not against that. Maybe tomorrow I will also put something like that. But you have to see that how much information you are giving about your client there in the public. There may be a thing that maybe your client has not told about his matter, his case to anyone, in his family possibly, or in his office. Maybe there is a government employee is having some kind of a case going on, some civil suit is going on, or something is going on in his family, which he does not want. Maybe his matrimonial thing is going on, something, anything. And without even informing him or without even speaking to him, what happens is that you put there on the LinkedIn and said, okay, I have got this relief for my client, and his name is all there out. Maybe somebody picked it up from there, and then it hampers him. So it's very important that you should know how much information you have to give out. I'm not saying that you should not be on the social media. It is something everybody should be there on the social media now, because until unless you are seen, you can't do anything. Now, if you are seen, then people know about you and they come to you. So therefore, only thing is that is ethics to be followed. That is, you have to see that how much information you have to give out, how much information your client wants you to give out. I remember that once I counseled and I gave a lecture in one of the army school colleges, okay, wherein these army people are trained. Now, I was told that I should not put it in the social media. They informed me immediately. Okay, they said this should not be. So I counseled them for a number of months and all that, but I was told that it should not be. Very well. It was not put there on the social media, right? So you just to tell to the people that I have been doing this and I have done that. In that you have to keep in mind and see that the sentiments and the emotions and the confidentiality of your client is maintained. So this is also one of the aspects which I wanted to talk about. So social media is good, but missteps should be avoided. Okay. Now, I already told you about the virtual client meetings which are happening. There are virtual law firms completely. So you have to see that which platform you are using. It should not happen that somebody else can, just record. Like I believe right now it is the one who is the host. Only he has the right to record it. Anybody else cannot record it until unless somebody can put a phone and just record it that way. So you can't help that. So you have to make sure that wherever you are doing your meetings, and tell your client also that it should not get in the hands of someone you do not want to. So that is to be seen. Now, I don't think there is anything else. Yes, I think we can go to the questions now. If there is a question, if someone has. Is there a chat box also? I can't see the chat box.
I have a question actually.
Yeah. Just a second. Oh, what is this? I don't know what I did. Yeah. I don't know what I did. Yeah.
Ma'am, in the bottom you will find the option of chat box like it's showing like a message kind of logo.
No, I know that, but in mine it's not showing. That's why I asked. Oh. Anyways, no problem. You can tell me that whatever questions are being.
Okay, should I continue?
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, today we are in an era of artificial intelligence, obviously.
Yes.
So, as many lawyers are using artificial intelligence for their research, for their case purposes, Firstly, the first question is that is it really beneficial for the case perspective, in a sense that you can use it for research, you can use it for your drafting and all. Is it favorable in that way? Does it really favor you? Does artificial intelligence really help lawyers in that way?
Yeah, I will tell you. See, artificial intelligence, it's a blessing for lawyers, to be very frank with you. Now, only thing that has to be kept in mind is, like, for example, Ahmad, which class you are in?
I'm in first year, second semester BLLB.
Very well. So, for example, tomorrow, if I will, take you as an intern in my office, and I will give you some research work, fine, and maybe I will ask you to draft something, and you drafted it. So it's something which is sort of a blessing for me, that somebody has drafted a thing for me, and I just have to go through it, or someone is doing research for me so that I can do some other work at the same time. But until and unless I go through your research and I recheck it and I see that whatever research you have given me, whether it's correct or not, okay, I sort of have to, because now everything is before me, I only have to check, okay, and I have to see that whatever you have given there and whether it's right or wrong. Similarly, if you have drafted a document for me, I will go through it, but at the same time then I will again have to look into the documents and see if you have missed something, or maybe you have wrongly interpreted something. That is very important. Same thing goes with the AI, because what happens is that you put anything in the say, let's talk about the chat GPT only. Okay, so you will say that you give me please, for example, for today maybe I would have given there and draft a lecture for me on navigating through whatever the topic is. Okay, legal ethics in the digital era. So it will give me something, right? Now, what, from where it has got every information? It has got from whatever is available on the internet. So it will go and pick to different platforms and pick some information data from there and will format it and put it there in front of you. Right. Now, most of the times I have seen that a number of information is something which is now no more useful, which is now, it is, say, in our legal language, we can say that it is set aside already, overruled. Okay. So it is you who has to go and check it. Okay. That whatever information it is giving me, whether it's correct or not. And then at the same time, it has given you a skeleton at least. Okay, so you cannot say that AI is not good, but at the same time, it is, you have to yourself also see and check it. Now, there was this, I will not take name, but this is an international case wherein the judge had put in whatever documents and every information in the AI, and the AI was asked to pass an order in that. Okay, so the order was passed. Okay, and then it was pronounced in the courtroom. So that is wrong, because as a human being, when you are listening there in the courtroom, the arguments and the emotions which flow, AI cannot really see that. Okay, now equity and justice, both things are to be kept in mind when you are passing and pronouncing any order or writing an order. So and also understand this, that when I am drafting a document, I know what my client has stated, the emotions he had, that that my daughter is being tortured by his uncle because we do not have that kind of property, and he wants that property also. Now I'm not able to marry my daughter because every now and then they are registering FIRs. Tomorrow, if I will marry my daughter, then her in-laws will come to know about it, and I don't know what will happen. That emotion only I can understand, and only I can put that in the words. Okay. In AI, I would say that the uncle is torturing, uncle is not this and that, but the way I would write it, I don't think AI can write it. But yes, at least a skeleton can be prepared. It can give me that. It will save my time. And number of times, yes, it's all perfect. Say, for example, there is an email, there is a letter wherein you will just give, you have to, put your reply to that. You can just give a little bit information to the AI. AI will give you a very beautiful reply. and you just have to go through it and you will send. So we cannot deny also that AI is something which is helping us. At least my time it's saving. I have learned a lot about AI. In fact, I'm writing a book also about it. So somewhere I have felt it is good, but at the same time, you have to be very careful. You never know what it's coming up with. So you have to cross check. That's very important. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other question?
If anyone have any question, kindly ask.
In the beginning, some people had raised hands.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Yeah.
Ma'am, I want to ask what makes a lawyer the best one?
Okay. What makes lawyer best one? See, you are a student, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you keep on studying, the more you study, the more knowledge you would get, right? And you would be able to sit in a gathering and discuss about different topics only if you have knowledge about certain things, more than what is needed for your classroom tests, right? So the best lawyer is the one who would keep on reading about everything that is happening around. And if you're interested in a specific subject, for example, there are certain people who are interested in IPR laws, certain people who are interested in service laws, certain people who are interested in criminal law, some civil law. So what I suggest is that every day you should try to, because now you have everything on the internet. You don't really need to go to, during our times we had to struggle, we had to go to Indian Law Institute library, Delhi University libraries, and all these libraries, and find out and get those books and everything. But now it is all there on the internet. You have everything scanned, all the books. So I think you should do one thing, that whatever specific subject you want to excel in, you should read about the different things. Because say for example, a client comes to you and he says, I have this pension issue and this. If you are well read, you can actually tell him, oh, okay, in that, there is this recent judgment wherein the judge has said this, the rule says this, but you tell me what is your issue. So the client would get impressed. At the same time, if you are in courtroom and the judges would put some query, because you are well read, you would be able to answer to the questions also which you have not prepared. Also, you have not prepared, but because you are well read, you are thorough about the subject, then yes, it would make you best lawyer. Otherwise, everybody is best. It is just that how hard you work.
Ma'am, actually, I want to ask one more thing.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how to manage our emotions and logic at the same time during a case?
No, lawyer has to be emotional. Who told you that you should not be emotional?
No, maybe sometimes we know that the other party is correct, but even in that situation, we need to defend our client. So that's why I'm just asking.
See, the moment you take up a case and you say that, okay, I'm going to handle this matter, and if during the arguments you feel that the other side, his arguments are correct and he is the right person, but my client might have faulted. But at that point of time, because you are already under oath, you have already filed your wakalatnama, you have promised your client that you will defend him. So that time you have to see, the emotional thing at that point of time is that you have to tell yourself that whatever other person is saying, he might be saying, but my client has told me this and the law says this. You have to remain there only. You have to stick to that. Now, it's a different case altogether, wherein maybe the client has not disclosed you certain things, has lied to you, right? And he has deceived you only. And in the courtroom, while arguing, you come to know about it. Maybe he has concealed something and there is some information. That time also you have to control your emotions and control yourself. And maybe you can tell to the bench that this information was not given to you. You apologize for the same and you will come back. And then maybe outside you can tell your client that, see, this is the case where you have not disclosed everything to me. You have lied to me. Maybe I do not want to carry on with your case. That is your decision. Or maybe you will ask him, find from him why that information was not given to you. So I would say that emotional is good, because the more emotional you are, the more aggressive, or maybe more energy you will put in your arguments. But as far as detachment, what I think you are trying to say is that you need to be detached from your client. It is just the case that you are working on where you have to put in your 100%. You cannot say नहीं हो सकता है मेरा client जो है वो गलत बोल रहा है, or he did not do this, or if he had done this, he had come to you because he did not have the solution. You have to give him solution. You have to work on it. You have to see how you will make impossible possible. I have seen so many cases. I myself have turned so many cases where everything was against my client, but it was all turned around. So situations are like that. But you should remain detached from your client. You cannot be like this, that if my client will lose, then oh my God, his family is going to suffer, then what will I do? Oh my God, this, that, and it will be there on your head. Then you won't be able to work, because it's not only him, there are so many clients. Yes, you have to see that whatever material he has given, whatever research you can do, and you have to go to the courtroom, you have to read your file properly, everything. At the end of the day, you should be able to look in the mirror and say that I did my best. It was his destiny, or it's the case's destiny. Every case has its destiny. Even if it's the best case, maybe you will lose it. But you should be able to tell yourself, yes, I did good today. I had read my file. I knew all the answers. But ultimately this happened. It should not happen that you will be like, oh, I should have read this. Oh, I could not put this to in front of the judge. I should have told him to go to this page number. Oh, had I read file properly? Oh, then this. That is something which troubles you. So detachment is necessary for any lawyer. Emotions are good. The more emotions you have, the more brilliant you would be there in the courtroom. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, God bless you. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question regarding to AI in legal field.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, you just said that AI is a great tool for lawyers and other legal professionals. Ma'am, suppose if an AI makes some mistake and the lawyer carries forward with it and it results in the miscarriage of justice, who is to blame? The AI, the developer of the AI, or the user, or the AI itself?
The lawyer. That's what I was telling, that you can use these platforms, but at the same time you have to recheck everything. You have to see that whatever is coming out of it or whatever is going inside it, you have to audit everything. It should not happen that ultimately the written submission which AI drafted for you, you just filed it just like that. Ultimately it is your responsibility. So for example, you have maybe you are using some YouTube channel to learn how to bake, right? So now they are telling you every information, this, that. Okay, now whatever is fed in that, you will get that, and accordingly you will make a cake, and maybe the cake does not turn out good. Okay, it is possibly that you are not able to follow everything properly. ये पहले होता था. Okay, that you this. Now what is happening? You are putting everything inside that channel. Okay, whosoever has created that, उसने अगर कोई गलत information डाली है उसमें, whosoever has made that baking का video, and he has given some information that instead of eggs, he says that you have to put mushrooms, for example. Okay, so and ultimately you come up, you also follow that video, you made a cake which does not taste good. So usme the one who has prepared that video, he is at fault, not you. है ना? So similarly here also, you have put some information in the computer, okay, and now he is making that cake. He is making that written submission. Everything he is making. Fine. Now it is your duty to go and check that whatever has come out in that. जैसे कि जिसने वो YouTube वीडियो बनाई, उसने बना के उसको as it is डाल दिया. ओके, उसने ये नहीं चेक किया कि मैंने एक्स की जगह मशरूम बोल दिया है ना? तो कितने लोग सफर करेंगे उसकी वजह से? तो उसमें वो बंदा जिसने इंफॉर्मेशन डाली है, he is wrong, not the one who is going to make that bad cake ultimately by looking at that. Similarly here, it is you who is putting every information in the AI. You are giving him information. Now, maybe the AI did not read it properly, or that is what I was saying, that the AI lacks empathy, it lacks emotions. Okay, and there are number of books, there is number of information which is still not in the digital format on the internet. Okay, आपने हो सकता है, maybe you might have read some journal wherein there is an article about something that you are preparing your case about. Okay, now maybe that journal, or they do not want it on the digital format, maybe that journal is not there on the internet. Now whatever is there on the internet, AI is taking only that and then preparing with the information that you have given. Now once it comes out, and then you use whatever other knowledge you have which is not available on the internet, or maybe which you have not fed into the AI, and then ultimately you see that whatever is the outcome, whether the outcome given by the AI is right or not, whether it should have been like this or not. So then what happens is that ultimately whatever result आपने जैसा file किया, you are responsible for it. I will tell you one thing. I was handling one case wherein this person had filed a suit against my client and said that this person had called me and he had told me that he is going to sell his flat to my client. Okay, my client will sell flat to the defendant's client and to the plaintiff's client. Say, let's be like this, that A told B that I will sell my flat to you. Okay, and B told him, okay, fine, I will give you, say, 25 lakhs for this. Okay, A said, okay, very well, I need money because my mother is suffering from cancer, I have to get her treated. So he told him, okay, I will give you bayana, first I will give you 7 lakhs. Okay, and then after a month I will give you whole payment and then you can just transfer the property in my name. He gave him 7 months and then this person never came. Okay, he was somewhere, I don't know where. Now they had an agreement also wherein it said that if within a month he will not come back, then 7 lakh rupees he will retain, my client will retain. Okay, because he was in urgency, he wanted someone to buy the whole property and give him money so that he can treat his mother. Now what happens is that my client sold it to someone else after a month when this person did not come. Okay, and he retained 7 lakh rupees also. Now after 5-6 months, this other person filed a case against him saying that he has taken my 7 lakh rupees and he has sold property to someone else. He should have given this property to me. Okay? The court told him, no, nothing doing. Agreement clearly says this, that, and he lost the suit. My client won. After 4 years of this decree that was passed in my client's favor, that he can retain 7 lakhs and there is nothing wrong in it. After 4 years, the other side filed an appeal. Okay. And I went to the court and I said that this appeal is barred by the limitation. Okay, and my client has already spent those 7 lakhs. Now I don't have that property also. It is sold to someone else. And today my client does not have any money because my client has spent every penny of his money on his mother and who's no more now. So the judge said, no, this, that, at least 2 lakhs he should give. I said, you cannot even hear this on merits. Okay, because 4 years, it's a long time. But the court said, no, see his condition also, might have something happened. Let's go on the equity justice. Okay. And he said, no, 2 lakhs at least. I said, okay, let me speak to my client. We'll see what happens. On the next date of hearing, I called my client. My client was standing there in the courtroom and he was a very frail person. And he was standing along with me. And he, when the hearing started, he started shivering something. I told him, you sit. So I sought permission from the court. I said, my client is a very weak person and he has lost his mother also. Genetically, they are very weak health-wise. His mother also had cancer and all that. So can I ask him to sit? Court said, yes, please make him sit, no problem. And then I came back to the case. Other side was very sure that today at least they will get 2 lakhs. Okay. So when I was arguing the matter, then the court said, oh, Miss Vani, you were right, because they looked at my client was very weak. Okay, so the judge said, yes, you are right. 4 years is a long time. We should not look into the merits of. We cannot look into the merits of this case, and the agreement is quite clear that he could have retained the 7 lakh rupees. And now, where will he bring this money also from? Oh, he dismissed the suit. The judge dismissed the suit. Okay, and he passed an order in my favor. Now, why I told you this whole situation? Because here, judge could actually physically see my client, okay, who was very weak, and the court applied the justice thing, wherein just after 4 years, this frail man, he cannot bring 2 lakh rupees from anywhere. He's a very weak person. And his mother, he has lost his mother also, he has lost his properties also. And that is the decision that the judge took by looking physically at the client. Now, if you will fill up AI with this information, okay, that there is this agreement, this had happened, AI will only go by what is there on the in black and white. It will not read your emotions, or it will not look at that equity justice thing that this should happen if possible. Mediation could have been done, and then this could have happened. AI is not going on that, at least till now. So therefore, it's very important. Or maybe if you are telling, बहुत बार आपके साथ होता होगा कि सेम बात आप अपने फ्रेंड को या पेरेंट को, for say Aditya, how many siblings you have?
Ma'am, just a brother.
Just a brother. So he is younger to you?
Yes, ma'am. 8 years younger.
8 years younger. So sometimes maybe he needs something, or maybe you need something. So you will tell him, okay, do one thing, you tell Papa, because he listens to you. Okay,
Yes,
or you tell Mama because she listens to you. Same thing. But the way he tells it, it maybe impresses your parents, or they say, okay, theek hai, kar dete hain, hai na? Many a times your friend tells you, if you will talk to that person, na, she will listen to you, or he will listen to you more. You tell her, you tell him, then we can go for this trip and all that. So, baat to same hai, but the way other person is communicating or interpreting it, that may be different, carrying different kind of emotions, or carrying different kind of aura in it. Similarly, when there is something which you have put, information you have put in the AI, maybe AI has come up with making it in a sentence which may not be that kind of that attractive, or maybe that emotive, right? And if you will write that sentence, maybe it would carry a different kind of weight in it. Okay, so therefore it's very important that whatever is put in the AI, whatever comes out of it, you check it, you see that what it is lacking in, because ultimately if it goes out and if there is miscarriage of justice, it is the person who has not checked it, because AI ultimately it's a computer, it is no human, है ना? So it is said that human being is the most superior being. So even if, and the computer AI has been created by us only, how can it be more intelligent than us? It is only, it will just sort of save your time, but it should not be the ultimate one that your brain stops working, you stop doing everything, you just give everything to AI and then the AI. Okay, it's just use it as an additional device or help for you, but not you. It cannot be you, right? Okay, I hope I have satisfied your query.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think there is no questions, so we are about to end the webinar right now.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
on behalf of Team Legal Elevate, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Advocate Firdouse Qutb Wani for conducting this insightful and informative webinar on navigating legal ethics in digital age. Advocate Wani, your expertise and dedication to the field of law have truly shone through today. The way you shared your knowledge on this intersection of legal ethics and digital transformation has been not only enlightening but highly empowering. Your insights into navigating the complex ethical challenges in the digital age have given us all a deeper understanding of how we as a legal professionals can maintain integrity in an evolving landscape. Your passion for upholding justice and ethics in the legal profession is truly inspiring. and we are certain that all the attendees have walked away with valuable perspectives that will shape their professional journeys. We also extend our sincere thanks to all the participants for their engagement and thoughtful questions, which contributed to making this session a meaningful exchange of ideas. Your advice, participation has helped elevate the discussions, and we hope to continue this conversation in the future as we work toward the positive change and uphold the highest standard of the legal ethics in the digital age. Once again, thank you, Advocate Firdouse Qutb Wani ma'am, for your valuable time and for sharing your knowledge with us today. Thank you to everyone for being a part of this webinar. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope I have not bored you, because
No, ma'am.
a little bit boring topic. But anyways, okay. God
No,
bless
ma'am.
you all. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Bye bye.